There's a two-part question that patients are always a little hesitant to ask me, and it's this. How much does Invisalign really cost, and is it actually worth it? Two real questions, and today you're going to get two honest answers, not a vague, well, it depends, and a shrug. I'm going to show you exactly what drives the price up or down, how people actually pay for it, and then a straight answer on whether it's money well spent. So whether you're budgeting for yourself or for your child, it's time to talk money, honestly. Let's get into it. What's up everyone, Dr. Eric Jackson here, hope you're doing well. I've been an Invisalign provider for more than 20 years, and in this video we're going to do the thing that most dental videos dance around. Before we go any further, I have to set one important ground rule, and I mean it. I'm not going to give you an exact price today, and that's on purpose. Nothing here is a quote, and it's definitely not financial advice. Your real number, the one that actually applies to you, can only come from an actual exam, because it depends entirely on your specific mouth. What I can do is show you how the cost works, so you're walking and well informed. So treat today as raising your dental IQ, not as a price list. There's a framework I come back to constantly for most things in dentistry, and honestly, most things in life. It's always about time, effort, and money. All three matter, but we're zooming in on the one that everyone actually wants answered, the money. Okay, let's begin part one, the actual cost. So I just told you I'm not putting a number on the screen today, and let me tell you why. Because the why is the really useful part. Any specific number I gave you would be wrong for somebody watching this. Invisalign isn't one product with one price. A full treatment that moves a lot of teeth over many months is a very different job from small touch-ups, and the cost follows the job. So if I threw out a number, I'd either scare off someone whose case is simple and affordable, or set false expectations for someone whose case is complex. Neither of those helps you. What actually helps you is understanding what drives the cost, so you can walk into any consultation knowing what you're really paying for. So let me be plain about how the price typically works. It's a range, not a sticker. Anyone who quotes you a firm, exact number before they've examined your mouth is really just guessing. So the real question is, what makes a given case land where it lands? Let's break that down, because it tells you exactly what you're paying for. Here are the real levers that move your Invisalign price up or down. Once you understand these, the wide range stops feeling mysterious and starts making total sense. The biggest one is complexity. How far do your teeth have to travel, and how many of them? That translates directly into the number of aligner trays in your series and how many months you're probably in treatment. A mouth that needs a little tidying up is a small job. A mouth that needs major repositioning is a big job. More movement, more trays. More time, more cost. It's that direct. Second, whether your case needs extras like attachments, those little tooth-colored bumps that give the trays grip, or refinements, which are additional trays at the end to perfect the results. More moving parts, a bit more cost. Third, your provider's experience and the time they put into planning. And fourth, simply your region of the country. Dental fees vary by geography, the same way the cost of everything else does. So here's the honest takeaway, and it's important. You aren't just paying for plastic trays. If you were, a mail order kit would be the obvious answer. What you're actually paying for is the custom treatment plan and the professional supervision behind it. The expertise that decides exactly how much each tooth moves, in what order, and catches problems along the way. The plastic is cheap. The judgment is what you're buying. Now let's talk about what that fee typically includes, because this is where people often get tripped up comparing one office to another. A typical comprehensive Invisalign fee generally covers your entire set of trays, all the doctor's planning, and your regular visits throughout the treatment, and usually the attachments if you need them. Some offices, although not all, so it's definitely worth asking, include your first set of retainers at the end. But that's not very common, and it's important that you ask, because as we covered in the retention video, you absolutely need retainers. Not the final aligners, actual retainers. Here's my practical advice for when you're comparing quotes. Ask exactly what's bundled in. Does the number include refinements if you need them? Does it include your retainers? Does it include follow-up visits? Two offices can quote what looks like a different price, and once you ask those questions, they're nearly identical. Or the cheaper-looking one leaves out retainers and refinements, and you'll pay for them a la carte later. Ask, so you're comparing apples to apples and not apples to oranges. Let me share how I personally handle this in my own office, because I think it takes a lot of the fear out of the whole process. I don't charge for the Invisalign workup. I never have. And honestly, it's a little selfish on my part. I love the digital design process. Sitting down and mapping out how somebody's teeth are going to move is one of my favorite parts of the job. In my opinion, what that means for the patient is really wonderful. You get to see the projected result, a digital preview of where your teeth will end up before you commit a single dollar. I describe it to my patients as no different than a blueprint for a new house. You wouldn't build a house without seeing the plans first, and you shouldn't start moving your teeth without seeing the plan either. Now, I can't promise every office does it for free. That's my approach. It's not a universal rule. But it's absolutely worth asking. Is the consultation and the workup free? Because it removes the risk of paying just to find out whether this is even right for you or not. Let's talk insurance. Every plan is different, and I can't tell you what yours exactly covers. Here's the general landscape, though. Many dental plans contribute something towards orthodontics, and Invisalign counts as orthodontics. But here's the key thing to understand. Orthodontic coverage usually works as a lifetime maximum. That means there's a fixed dollar amount the plan will put towards orthodontics over your entire life, not a percentage of the whole treatment, and not something that renews every year like your cleanings do. So it's typically a set contribution that takes a chunk off the total, not a blank check. And here's a catch people often get surprised by. If you or your child already used that orthodontic benefit once, say for braces years ago, it's usually gone for good because, like I said, it's once in a lifetime pot, not a renewing one. Some plans cover orthodontics only for kids, and many cut the coverage off at a certain age, so plenty of adult plans simply just don't include it. Some plans cover adults too, and some don't cover it at all. There's no way for me to know as yours from where I'm sitting here today. So the action step is simple and concrete. Call your insurance company, or even easier, have the dental office run a benefits check for you before you start. Most of us are happy to do that. Don't assume it's zero, and don't assume it's fully covered. Find out the actual number, because it can meaningfully change the math. Now here's some good news for your budget, and a lot of people don't know this. Orthodontics, including Invisalign, is typically an eligible expense for HSA and for FSA, a health savings account, or a flexible spending account. If you have one of those through your job, that means you can pay with pre-tax dollars. And paying with pre-tax money is effectively a discount because you're not paying income tax on those dollars first. Confirm the specifics with your plan administrator, but for a lot of people, there's a real chunk of savings just sitting there. And on top of that, you almost never have to pay the whole thing at once. The large majority of offices, mine included, offer monthly payment plans, either in-house or through a third-party financing option. So the total number and the actual monthly reality of paying it are two very different things. When you spread it out, a number that sounds big up front often becomes a manageable monthly amount, frequently less than a lot of people spend on coffee or streaming subscriptions. Let me bust a big myth while we're here, because I hear it all the time. Invisalign is way more expensive than braces. That's mostly outdated. For a lot of cases, the cost of Invisalign and the cost of traditional braces are pretty comparable. It's entirely case dependent. For some complex situations, braces can come in a bit lower. For others, they land right about the same. The dramatic price gap that people remember from years ago is largely closed. Which means, and I talked about this a lot in the teens video, you're usually choosing between Invisalign and braces based on fit and lifestyle, and the specifics of your case, not on a giant price difference. The right tool for your case is the best tool, and these days the price usually isn't the thing tipping that decision the way people assume it does. Now, I have to address the cheapest option on the menu because cost is the whole point of this video. The mail-order do-it-yourself aligner kits. And yes, I'll be straight up with you. Up front, they're cheaper. Sometimes a lot cheaper, and I'm not going to pretend otherwise. But I covered this in detail in my Invisalign mistakes video, so I'll keep it short here. When you go that route, what you're cutting out to save money is the exam and the supervision. A trained person looking at your roots, your bone, and your gums, watching how they respond. And there's one more risk worth knowing about. Some of the biggest names in that mail order space have gone out of business, and patients were left mid-treatment with nobody to call. When you buy the cheap version, you're also betting the company will still be there when something goes wrong. And if something goes wrong without the oversight, fixing it can cost dramatically more than you've ever saved. Cheaper upfront isn't the same thing as less expensive in the end. I'm not bashing anyone's business. I just want you to understand exactly what you're trading away when the only number you look at is the lowest one. All right, let's tackle part two, the question underneath the initial question. Is it worth it? And to answer that honestly, we have to stop talking about price for a second and start talking about value, because those aren't the same thing. Price is what you pay. Value is what you get for it. I think about this through a framework I use all the time in dentistry, something I call the triple play. And it comes from my years as a team dentist for a pro softball team, the Chicago Bandits. A triple play in dentistry is any treatment that hits three good things at once. It's reasonably low cost relative to the alternatives. It's low invasiveness, and it has a high return on investment. Where does Invisalign land? It's usually completely non-invasive. No drilling, no surgery, no needles, and the return, well, if it's the right case, it's very high. Because look at what you're actually getting. You're getting the potential health payoff. And I went deep on this in the crooked teeth video, so I'll keep it short here. For the right case, teeth that can be easier to keep clean, a bite where the force is shared more evenly instead of hammering a few teeth, and less strain on the system. It isn't a guarantee for everybody, but for the right bite, that's function and longevity, not just looks. You're getting the confidence payoff, which is real and which matters, and you're definitely getting durability with retention. This is a result that can last for decades. When you spread the cost across all the years you'll enjoy and benefit from it, the bang for your buck is absolutely outstanding. And here's the side of the ledger that almost nobody puts on the whiteboard, the cost of not doing it. Because doing nothing isn't free either, it just hides the bill. For some people, a bad bite left alone has its own price tag. And I laid this out in the crooked teeth video. I want to be careful and honest here because this isn't true for everybody. Plenty of people with mild crowding go their whole lives just fine. But for certain bites, especially the more significant ones, you can see real consequences over the years. Uneven wear, teeth that get overloaded, spots that are hard to keep clean. And when a bite like that leads to dental work down the road, crowns, the occasional root canal, treating decay, that work could add up to more than orthodontics would have cost. That isn't a guarantee, and it isn't for everyone. It's just one more factor worth putting on the scale for the right case. I'm not saying that to scare you, and I don't want you to hear it as a fear pitch, because that's not what it is. I'm just saying that for the right case, doing nothing is a real cost worth weighing too, not automatically the free option it looks like. So let me answer the question because I promise you a straight answer, and I'm not going to dodge it. For the right case and the right person, yes. In my honest opinion, Invisalign is one of the most high-value things you can do in modern dentistry. Because what you walk away with isn't just a nicer smile in photos. It's functional health that protects your teeth, plus confidence, and it's a result that lasts. That combination for a non-invasive treatment is hard to beat. And think about where your money actually goes over 20 years. Phones get replaced, cars wear out, furniture gets thrown away. Orthodontics is one of those very few things that you can buy where if you wear your retainers, you're still enjoying it decades later. But, and I take this part seriously, worth it is very personal. It depends on your case, your priorities, and your budget. And nobody can make that call for you. My entire job in this video was never to sell you. It was to raise your dental IQ enough that you can make a confident, informed decision for yourself. No pressure from me, just clarity. All right, so let's do a quick recap. The price is a range, not a number I can give you, so get a real exam. The big drivers are complexity, time, and extras. Check your insurance for a lifetime orthodontic maximum. Use your HSA and FSA, and spread the cost over a payment plan. It's often comparable to braces. Mail order looks cheaper, but you're cutting out the safety net. And on value, for the right person, it's a high return investment in health and confidence that absolutely can last. And again, just to be clear, this was general information, not personalized financial advice. Please go get a real consultation and a real number for your situation. In the next video, we're getting into something that doesn't get talked about nearly enough. Invisalign in your gums, and what's really happening under those trays. If you didn't catch any of the earlier videos in this series, they're all linked for you below in the description. Interested in scheduling an Invisalign consultation with me? Find us at Jackson Family Dentistry, 2033 Ogden Avenue in Downers Grove, Illinois, about a mile east of I-88 and I-355. Give us a call at 630-963-6750 or find us on the web at jacksonfamilydentistry.us. So back to the two questions we opened with. What does it cost and is it worth it? The price honestly varies, but the value, a result you wear on your face every single day for the rest of your life, usually makes that math a lot simpler than it looks at first. I'm extremely passionate about modern dentistry and I love talking about it, which is exactly why I read these comments. So if you've got an Invisalign money question that I didn't answer, drop it below and I'll do my best to get to it right away. Take care and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.